that was like a whistle.
Yeah.
Ghost dimension.
Hey everybody, it's good to be back. I haven't seen you in a while. There might be an issue with the stream today. I'm not sure. It was kind of missing and hitting there. Hi Kat, how are you? Hi Margaret's here. Hi Cookie, you're here. David, hi, hope you're all well. Let's see who else is here today. Angel of God, hello, how are you? Good, yeah, you know, sometimes we don't get those messages, do we? Okay, here we go. Hi, Cindy Pinkham. How are you? Sean's broken chair. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if I want to know that story. So I hope everybody's well. Let me just take a quick check to make sure I've got everybody here. Going down a little farther, and yes, I hope that you guys are all having a great day. And yeah, the electronics are really something today. It's a beautiful sunny day here, actually. Although I woke up, it was really cold. Hi, Heather, how are you? Hi, Chloe. Everything was covered in frost, and it was like twinkling lights on the trees. It's really strange because we don't have any snow right now. So it was like, wow, look how beautiful it is. So I will, yeah, thank you. The birds are definitely chirping. Pip's out flying around. The toddler's in his cage because if I leave him out, him and Pip will get into it. And Mango's hiding in his coconut today. So, all right, I well, it's supposed to be blurry, Chloe. I put everything in the background blur, so you just see me. I can make it the other way if you'd rather have it the other way. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, I'm not gonna fool with it. Settings. Let's see. None. See, you can see it like that, or it can be blurred. If you like it like this, I can leave it like this, I guess. Maybe because you can see the birds. Okay, I gotcha. All right, I just did it just because I thought it would be, you know, okay, but that's fine. All right, Cindy, thank you for that sticker. The kids will appreciate it, I'm sure. Where did you get back from? Where'd you go? Oh, okay. Well, Heather, I'll add her to my prayers if that's okay. I would absolutely be willing to do that. And yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, I had a very nice Christmas. It was very quiet. My kids were home and we just had meals and spent time with grandma and spent time with each other. And it was really nice because it was really calm. No drama, none of that. It was just really nice. So thanks. I hope you all had a good time too. Yeah, sure, Margaret, I'll get you a card. Yeah, you know, Happy New Year to everybody, because I've been gone, well, about a month and a half now. I needed to take some time for myself, and that was all right. And I got some projects done. Just sent the final proofs in finally for the Oracle deck, which I've got coming out, and it's going to be in a tin rather than a cardboard box. And so, yeah, I've just been busy painting and doing things for myself. So I appreciate it. All right. Yes, I will give you a card first. Okay. And I will pull one for you too, Angel of God X. Okay. Hang on. Hi, Sandy Trail, Margaret. I love that. Thank you for the sticker too. I see you put it up there. You're welcome, Hev. Thank you. Okay, Rosemary it is, and I will put it and see if we can. I'll put it up in group too, if that's okay, with her first name. Once I get off, and we'll lift some prayers for her. All right, so these cards are dusted off and smoked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, okay. So first card of the new year. You get the first card of the new year, Margaret. Okay, that's your card today, and it's the butterfly. Okay, so butterfly represents a few different things. It's about emerging from the cocoon and becoming who you are with new adventures. It's kind of like you go through this process, and then you come out of it and you're more experienced in these things that are new and the obstacles you've overcome and all that. But today it's all about creativity, okay? For you, just creativity. It's like keep creating. Okay, hang on a minute. I also feel with what they're showing me, and I don't know because I haven't really talked to anybody a whole lot in the past month and a half because I've kind of unplugged from everything. But I'm seeing like you're going to maybe be approached, or you can do the approaching of a healthcare area. I don't know if it's a nursing home. It's some kind of either a nursing home or a clinic, but it's like you can put your artwork there, and you can also maybe encourage people to do artwork. This is something that's going to be coming into you kind of for the new year, right? What are you doing, Pap? Kind of for the new year, so that it's like a new opportunity. And they're saying really you should take it and run with it, because not only will it be good for you, but it's going to be good for everyone that comes and everyone that's sort of involved with it. And I'm sure you've been creating. I know you sent me a few pictures over this past month and a half of the new work you've been doing. And this is kind of what it is. And I look also, because 2024 is all about sorrows and healing. Okay, so you've been in a point of your life where everything you've been moving through, and now you're on that healing path, right? So the healing's coming in as well. And this is how you're going to kind of obtain that healing, is by doing more things, more creative things, and including more people. And again, it's really a big thing coming across with the fact that it's a healthcare type deal. Not for healthcare, but like to be able to display your work, or again, work with people that are there creating art. Very strong, but this is going to be a healing year for you. So know that, and know that all the steps you take through your artwork, that also helps you to heal. So that's your card today, and it is the butterfly. Wow, the color's really strong today. Hi, Presh, I see you here. I got to go back up top, so hang on a minute. All right, let's see. Yeah, I will put this up, Heath. I'll put this up to group as well, and I'll make sure there's prayers up. Chloe, I don't know if that's true, but I've missed you all too. Like I said, I've just had to do some things to take care of me for a little bit, and I had to kind of unplug, and that's okay. But thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I do, Kay. I feel very refreshed, although I will tell you that my low back is completely seized right now, which was not something I was looking forward to in the new year. And last month it kind of hitched up for a couple of different reasons, but I'm good. I'm okay. I just learn to deal with it. I sure will. Okay, I will definitely. Sean's broken chair. I gotta find out from Sean what's that. Did he fall out of his chair or do something crazy? He's always doing something crazy. He cracks me up. Oh, goodness. All right, here we go. Let's see what I can get for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Your card today is the Dream Catcher. Okay. So dream catchers, there's a story behind them that works with the grandmother spider came in, and the woman that was in her house, her grandson came and was going to knock it down, the big web, and because they saved the spider, and she told her grandson not to. The gift that she gave the Native community was the dream catcher, the webbing. Okay, and it's about keeping your life in the direction you need to be. And this is all about today for you, is about you need to understand that your life, where it is right now and where you want to go, is solely up to you. And a lot of times people don't realize that when things happen in our life, you know, whether it's something somebody did or just a predicament we get in, or even the good things, right? It's how we react to them. That's all we have control on. You don't have control on things that come from the outside to your world, but we do have control on how we react to them. So this is what it's about. It's about you reminding yourself that you're in charge, that you're the person that's driving the bus. You're the person that gets to weave your life in whichever direction you want. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, period. Okay? I don't care if they razz you. I don't care if they give you a hard time. They're not walking this path. You are. So it's about you taking charge of your determination for what you want in life and which direction you want to go. I do feel that there's a blessing wrapped around it, like it's a long time coming is what I keep hearing in my head. So whatever this is, make sure you don't, that's the other thing. They're saying, like, don't ask everybody else about it. Just make up your mind. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And they're saying, be decisive. Make it a reason for you. Okay. So grab it, own it, and move forward with it. Okay. That's kind of cool. All right. So that's your card today. And it's a dream catcher. All righty. Let's see what I've got here. I'm going to go down a little bit. I am doing well, Presh. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm back too. Hi, Sharon Ellis. How are you? Oh, yes, you can, Kay. I have been asked to be. Well, there you go. See? Wow, wait a minute, Kay. I got to read this. Okay, I've been asked to be a volunteer. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. See, and I did not know that. So that's just confirmation for you, Margaret. That's awesome. You can't make this stuff up sometimes, I swear. It's a lot sometimes. Tomorrow, I've got some stories that I'm going to share with everybody on Spiritually Paranormal. Holly and I will be back tomorrow at 3. And I've got some wild stuff that has happened over the break that I've taken. It's a little crazy, but I don't want to spoil it today by showing you or telling you this stuff. So, all right, Kay, let's see what I can get for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, you have the Dove. Okay, so the Dove is your card today. All right, let me take a minute here. Okay, okay, what they're showing me is a picture of you, and you've got this, like, I want to call it an energy field, but it's like a dome. So it's almost like you put yourself in kind of a protective bubble. Almost like what I did to take away. I stepped away for a month and a half, but this is how you're kind of protecting yourself. And by protecting, I mean just kind of the same thing I did, unplugging and kind of not letting the anxiety, they're saying, like a lot of anxiety, you're not letting the anxiety or the things would cause you to get the anxiety to get in close to you and settle in, so it would kind of disrupt you, okay, disrupt your everyday life. They want you to continue doing this because you need that peace and that calm, and that's why the Dove comes through. And I see the Dove, and they're showing me the Dove come right down, almost like a blessing that it's casting upon you, and you're holding yourself to your truths, okay? And I'm also being told, a lot of naysayers, this is maybe the message today. It always comes up, there's something going on. But it's like, yeah, you don't need to listen to everybody else. You be you, and that's just fine, because you are just like all of us are, and we matter. Everybody matters in life, okay? It doesn't matter if they're, and seriously, I'm not saying you're bad or I'm bad or anything like that, but everything matters. People are all linked together, good, bad, and indifferent. And we have to learn to be able to experience that so we can go through our lives and get the actual things that we need to learn, the lessons, so we can move through in a more positive way. Okay. So, but they're saying kind of keep that connective bubble around you. And, but I'm seeing a lot of push, like you have to literally push to clear your area, because I feel like there's some people coming around that are just kind of really negative, or the word I want to use is sass, I guess sassy, or they're kind of not being nice, but they're just like telling you you don't know what you're talking about, or it's really difficult and they're trying to get you not to do it, or you don't know what you're doing. That's coming through really big. And it's like, you do know what you're doing. It's your life. Walk your path, embrace who you are, and be you, because you're an amazing girl. You're an amazing young woman, and I appreciate you, and so do a lot of other people. You don't have to please everybody else, right? We only have to do right for what's in our souls, what's in our hearts. And this is what I'm seeing for you. And they're showing me again the dove of peace coming in and calm. Okay, but you need to keep that bubble up, because okay, and I'm going to tell you, it is like everybody, we're going to, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And by that, I mean the world as a whole is going to get even nastier than it's been for a little while longer. And you need to have that protection bubble around you. And a lot of that also comes through because of, just there's a lot. I mean, there, even in the US there's a lot, but there's a lot globally going on. And I actually think that this is almost one of the worst time periods that I know I've lived through. And I've lived through the riots in the US back in the 60s. I've lived through 9/11 and a lot of other stuff crawled in between. But I do feel that this is a time that you need to protect yourself, and mostly because you're an empath and you're a spiritual person. So you need to protect that, because you're going to be more sensitive than other people. Okay. So that is your card today, Miss Kay. And thanks for being here. It is the Dove. All right. Let me go down. Sure, Sharon. Presh, you could have got a hold of me anytime, Presh. Just send me a message. I don't have a problem with that. I did hear from some of y'all here and there, but I was on a couple times a day just to get messages and read my emails, and I was doing readings, private readings, and things like that, just playing catch up and doing a lot of creating. So I'm excited about that again. Okay, Sharon, let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. I was just talking about this the other day. White buffalo. Okay, white buffalo is very sacred within the Native Americans and just the indigenous tribes up in Canada and other places, right? And white is sacred. And the white buffalo comes through as also a teacher, because there was a woman that was named white calf buffalo woman, sorry. And she came to the tribes kind of like a prophet. Okay, it would be like kind of like a biblical prophet in other cultures, right? She came and she taught people how to heal. And she brought the amazing pipe with her to show them how to heal and how to offer a prayer. Okay, white is sacred. So one of the things, and I want you to notice this as well, Sharon, something I've noticed over the past 2 months is that we're seeing there's more sightings of white creatures like that aren't normally white. They found a white raven here in Michigan, solid white, not an albino, it was solid white. We have more white deer coming up. We just had down in Florida twin gators that hatched, because they're in eggs, and when they hatched they were completely white. We had white bears, not polar bears, but Kodiak bears, which are a cross mix with a polar and a grizzly, they were showing up as white. So white is very sacred. And this is a sacred time for all the people to kind of wake up. Okay. And it's not everybody, so you know, not everybody's gonna wake up. No, but not everybody's gonna understand what's going on. But it's almost like because you can sense different things, and this is what they're showing me. They're like showing me like a radar around you. Like you've got, you know how the radar guns with the cops, when you're driving by, they scope them. Well, you're like the radar. So you can tell when trouble's around or people need you or you need to be aware of things. It's like you've got this internal radar going on. And you will be able to, when I say elevate yourself, it doesn't mean you're better than or less than, but you're going to be able to elevate yourself away from the negatives, away from the garbage, away from people that are not kind, okay? And this is really important that you're aware of this. And the fact that the white buffalo shows up, this is also sacred for you. Because it means the ancestors are listening. It means the people that you love that have walked with you in this life and have passed on, and your ancestors in your bloodline also love and care about you. They watch over you, and you can tell them anything. And if they can, they will assist you. This is something I was talking about the other day with a friend of mine, and it's like, not everybody's going to know what's going on. Not everybody cares, okay? So it has to be elevated to a point, and you're going to rise above, and this is what they're saying. But know that it's because of the communication you have in your soul's energy to put out. So you don't want to attract the negatives, right? So because of that, when the white buffalo and the ancestors and all that step into your energy, this is how you will kind of be protected from a lot of the negativity that's going around. So whatever you're doing, keep it up because it's a good thing. Like your practices are a good thing. Your rituals during the day, like how you do things. I don't mean you're out there doing rituals and throwing smoke or putting tobacco or anything like that, but your daily rituals of how you get up in the morning and how you power through your days and how you walk. So own who you are and you'll be good. And just know that the ancestors are behind you because that's what the white buffalo represents, is your ancestors and your spiritual family. Okay? Oh, all right. I hope that resonates for you, Sharon. And thanks for popping on today. Ooh. What's this now? Ah! Did it come off while he was on air? That's pretty funny because he's pretty fidgety. He's really fidgety. I swear. I just laugh at him. And I really miss you too, Crush. I just kind of chuckle because he's like so calm and different away from being on a stream. He's more reserved, and it makes me laugh when he does that stuff. It just really does. Sure, I will do one for you too, Heath. I'll be happy to. And again, Sharon, I hope that resonated for you. Okay. All right. Let's see what I can get for you, David. You know, it's really funny. Well, not funny, but over my birthday in January, I actually felt our David, and I had something he had sent me. I had setting up on my fireplace mantle, and it flew off the top of the mantle into the middle of the room. And I thought, yep, I love you, and you are still my guy, and I love you to pieces. And it's his way of telling us he's good, right? Okay, David, let's see what I can get for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, okay. So that's funny. All right. So your card today is the moose. Okay. So the moose are solitary creatures. If you're ever in an area where they are, look at them from a very far distance or with binoculars. Don't approach them. They are massive, but they will do damage. They're not like the stuffed toys they sell in the store, right? And this is what I'm being shown tonight is solitude, like big solitude, like you come home or you go away from work and it's like solitude. But in the solitude, you're kind of, okay, so the reason that it's happening, and it's almost like sometimes you feel you've chosen it, but sometimes you feel really alone with it, and that's okay. But the solitude is being presented to you because you need that time to heal. And I still, with what they're showing me, there's still things that you need to heal from. Oh, wow. Okay, yep. See all those little bubbles on my hand? That's from the bird sitting on my hand. I didn't realize they were that big. Sorry about that. So anyway, you have healing to go yet. It's not over yet. But I feel that the solitude will be around you at times. Sometimes will make you feel a little lonely and you're a little disappointed. But it's going to be up to you to come out of that healing space and be able to engage. So they're telling you there's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's only the way that works for you to be able to heal with certain things and do things. You have to do it in your own time, and you have to not feel guilty about that. You need to take good care of yourself. This is like they're saying, like, yeah, back up, unplug. Take care of you. Don't worry about the outside world. Take care of you. And whatever that means to you, of things maybe you have to do and participate with, that's all good. It's all you. So you need to understand that whatever it is, you are in control of it. So if you want to go out with people and be with people, that's totally up to you. If you don't want to, it's okay. But you're in control of it. And that's what they're saying, is he needs to realize he's in control of it. So that's kind of sort of what's going on, David. And it's like, okay, so moose are really ornery, okay? And they will bellow, and they're very, very loud when they get confronted. And this is also part of this with you. It's almost like I feel there's some things going on, and I want to say it's like work related, that you're feeling a little defensive about, because I see this moose just bellowing. So take your space, take your time, and remember to own what you do and who you do and how you react. Again, we're only responsible for ourselves and how we react. So if somebody's being an ass to you, how we react to it is totally up to us. Okay, sometimes it's just not worth the energy to interact with these kind of people, because that's what they are. They're shit stirrers, right? They stir the pot because that's what they like. They thrive on drama. They thrive on just getting people irritated. So the reaction is totally up to you, just as well as you being able to move through things that are going on in your life. Just take better care of yourself and take care of you. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks, David. Okay, so I hope that resonates with you, and your card is the moose today. Okay, Miss Heather, I hope that resonated for you, David. Yeah, I've missed everybody. I have to say, I have missed everybody. Pippi, where are you? Oh, Pippi's back in her cage. Yahoo, Mountain Dew. There you go. She's been out all morning. We didn't go back in her cage. She's in everybody else's, though. All right, let's see what I can get for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Well, this is one of my favorite cards. This is the frog. And I laugh because I don't know if any of you follow me, but I've been putting frogs out for the past 3 months, and people are amazed because there's over 7,000 frog species. And people say, why are you putting up different frogs? And it was because they needed to understand there's more than 7,000 different types of frogs. Who knew, right? And there's so many different kinds of them. So then for a week, I stopped putting them out because I really wasn't on social media. And I was getting inbox different frogs like, where are you? Where are the frogs? So frog is a good thing. And this is actually a dart frog. So frogs talk about, Heather, they talk about renewal and balance and cycles. Okay, the balance is that frogs live in water and land, so you have to be balanced and be able to do that. And right now I feel like you're a little off balance. So this is also like a cycle you go through, like the frogs, right? They come out, they're little tiny eggs. Then they go from that and they grow into tadpoles. Then they grow into a tadpole with legs and a tail. Then they grow into where the tail starts to go and they come into a full-fledged frog. So you're in a cycle right now, but you're unbalanced with the cycle. And I want to say, with what I'm seeing and feeling and what they're showing me, you're probably in the in-between stage of the cycle. So it's like the frog with the tail still on it yet. You're not quite a frog, but you're not quite out of being a tadpole. I know that sounds crazy, but it just means that you're in between growing and experiencing something different and something new. Okay. Oh, what I got my, sorry about that. My hair is getting wild and long again. But within doing that, and as you say, you have to be gentler with yourself because some things are out of your control. So again, falling into the same thing I've been saying with the past reads here is we all react differently, but you need to know that how you react also will impact this balance, right? So you have to do what's best for you and know that that's okay. And don't feel bad if just because you do it, other people don't like it. Because I feel that there's almost like a guilt pushing you to do something that you really don't want to do. Only do it if you're comfortable with whatever this is, okay? And when you do and you accept that you are in charge of how things happen with you, to you, how you react, you will feel more balanced with that. I also feel that it's a struggle right now, and it's kind of like a teenager, right? When people go through their teenage years, it's insane. You know, up, down, the emotions are all over. And this is how the frog is portraying what's going on with you. You're in between in the cycle. You are tadpole but frog, right? So you still have some moving and growing to do with your soul and the person that you are to get to that next part, okay? But once you do, you will balance out. But you have to be kinder to yourself. And again, you don't have to, how you react is up to you. You don't have to do anything that anybody is pushing you or bullying you to do. And I'm hearing the word bullying, almost bullying and pushing you to do. If it doesn't feel right to you, it's not right. Okay, and they're telling me also to tell you to trust from within, because if you feel it's not right for you, it's not right for you, and that's okay. All right, so I hope that resonates for you, Heather, and I will put your mom up in prayer in group here later today, and I hope that resonated for you. Okay, let's see. Oh. Is it on video like for the show? Did he do it during the show? I'll have to go find it. Okay. What's going on? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I'll keep you in prayer too today. You're welcome. Hi, Susan Cooper. How are you? All right. Let's see what I can get for you, Miss Cooper. All right. Hey, you guys, you know, I haven't seen, and I talked to them, and I keep forgetting when I talk to them to ask them, Sean and Bex, do they still have their Great Dane? I haven't seen him in a while. I know they got the new little one that they took in. All right. See, the only way I find out is if you guys tell me. I'm so clueless otherwise. Okay, so let's see what I can get for you, Susan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, for those of you that might be new here today, I do 7. I throw 7 cards, and the 7th card is what I pull up because 7 is a sacred number. There's 7 directions, and 7 is sacred in many different cultures. Okay, so that's why I choose 7. And your card today is the Otter. I'll also tell you this is not how I do private reads, although I do throw cards at the end of the reading. This is just a way for me to quickly kind of help you out a little bit, give you some insight, okay? So the Otter for you, Miss Susan, otters bring about play, okay? And it's like you've been serious. There's a lot of like you're serious minded, you're busy, busy, busy. And it's like you almost get tired to the point of where you can't really relax because you got like a list a mile long. Um, I can tell you, I have a list a mile long too. And I finally had to give myself a break because I'm my own boss and you need to have fun in the middle of all that, right? And by fun, I mean just doing something for you just because you're doing it for you, whether it's taking a nap or watching a special show that you've wanted to see or reading a book or taking a walk or going out with a friend of yours to get a meal or something. You need to do it just because you can do it. I'm feeling like a lot of pressure. Like like they're just literally putting a hand down and pressing down and pressing down. And it's like you need to understand that you're also in control of that. And you need to kind of expand and be able to do something good just for you, just because. Because what'll happen is that pressure will keep building and building. It's because we allow it. And it's not good because you know, if we do, I said this to somebody yesterday, if we keep doing what everybody else wants us to do, everybody else expects us to do, we have no energy for us and we need to take priority. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't care. You have to be able to say no. And this is what they're really pushing. You have to be able to say no without guilt and have a little bit of fun. And otters have a really good balance. Okay. They play, but then they work. They play, and this is how they actually teach their young is through play. Okay. But they have that balance. And that's what you have to allow in. You have to allow okay, I don't want to do this right now, and be able to tell people, hey, I don't want to do this right now. And that's okay. Okay. It's okay. You don't have to have guilt with that. Just tell them. And then later on, or just tell them, hey, I can't do this right now, but I'll get back to you. Whatever it is. But they're saying you're putting too much pressure on yourself because too many other people are expecting a lot from you. And it's because you're a fixer. And I know what that is. And it's because they come to you to fix their things, right? The things that aren't working for them or to help guide them or whatever. And that's all great. But you still need to take time for yourself, Susan. So that is your card today, and I hope it resonates for you. And thanks for stopping in. Oh, I don't know, Presh. Yeah, Joyce, I'll get you too. Sharon Ellis, I did get you a card. I hope you found it or heard it. Okay, Presh. It's really funny, Presh, because after the beginning of January, he almost sought you out. Sought, S-O-U-G-H-T, you out, because I kept hearing you in my head. And it was interesting. And I don't even have, you're not like on my friends list or any of that. And, you know, but you're on my business page. And I was like, something's going on with Presh. So, yeah, I missed you guys. I did. But I still had to take care of me. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm just so excited too. That new deck's going to be arriving here probably. I just sent it out to the printer, so it's going to be here probably in beginning of March. They're going to be done with it. I can't wait to show you guys. It's so cool. All right, so Presh, your card today is the Coho Salmon. Okay, well, salmon. I just put something up. I think I did the other day. I put a story up about the salmon. Salmon are really interesting fish. If you go out west in the U.S., we have saltwater salmon that come up into the freshwater rivers to spawn. And it's all about renewal with the salmon. It's about renewal, and it's about having that drive to do things and following the correct path to get to where you need to be able to renew that energy and who you are, and just kind of be there, right? So with you right now, I feel like, okay, so with what they're showing me, I feel like it's almost a almost a struggle, because you can see they're showing me the salmon, because they all have to go upriver to be able to get to the area where they hatched from, which is upside. I'm sure you've seen videos of the bear catching all the salmon. This is when the salmon are running. That's what they call them. They're running. But it's like you feel like you've been running and that's all you've been doing. Like, when is this going to switch up? And I feel like it's being pulled from last year somewhat, like coming with you. But it's part of it is because you're not releasing what you need to release. So instead of coming into new beginnings, and what I'm seeing is the salmon, they're from the west with the bear. That's where the bear sits on the medicine wheel as well. And it's like you're not quite done with stuff to be able to go into the new stuff. So it's like old things to new beginnings. You still have a little bit of clearing out to do. And part of it, again, and the same with you, it's almost like you feel guilty because you're releasing something. And I'm not sure what that something is, but it's got an emotional attachment to you. And what they're saying to tell you is, remember, even when we release things, whether it's trauma, whether it's depression, whether it's guilt, whether it's memory, or whether you think like a person maybe that has passed, we do this all the time. You feel guilty. I know I used to. I don't anymore because I know they're all around us. But, it's a typical human reaction to when we lose somebody that passes over. It's hard to pick up and move through our lives sometimes. And there is no right and wrong way. But if you're asking why you still feel a certain way, or things aren't kind of going the way you want them to, part of it is because you're still dragging. Not a whole lot anymore, but you're still pulling forward some stuff that you need to just release. And it's okay, because once you release those emotions that are attached to whatever this is, it doesn't mean that you lose connection, or you lose the memory, because you don't. But you're cleared to be able to move and start and do new things. And this is really important. And I'm still hearing as well with this, it's kind of ritualistic, because if you look at salmon every year, this is the path they go, right? They go out into the oceans, into the salt water, and there are freshwater salmon as well, but this is what they're kind of talking about. And they come in back into the freshwater to go and spawn. So it's this big cycle, and it's like you're just giving yourself, and they keep telling me also that it's like you're the barrier. So there's something deep down that you really have to look into yourself to understand without being guilty about it. There's no right or wrong answer, right? So you just have to do what you need to do for you to be able to move forward. And everybody's embracing that. Your ancestors and your family that has passed, they're all around you. They don't want you dragging behind what you need to be at. They want you to live your life and be balanced and happy, because that's what we're here for. Okay, so that's your card today, Presh, and it is the salmon. All right, I hope it resonates for you. Miss Joyce! Miss Joyce! I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I see you're going to be 65. Woohoo! Hey, you know what? I turned 63 this year. It's all right. It doesn't matter. I don't even wish myself back to my. I wouldn't want to relive my 20s, and I sure as heck wouldn't want to relive my 30s. I like where I'm at. 40s were good. 50s were okay. You're just as old as you think, right? Okay, Joyce. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. All righty. Your card today is the wolf. All right. So wolf is teacher. And I also want to tell people that when sometimes people will say, oh, I'm a wolf, I'm a lone wolf, right? Just so you know, Lone wolves, being a lone wolf is not a good thing. Lone wolf is when you've been cut from the pack. It's when they're sick or they're close to passing. They're not well, whatever. So that's what a lone wolf is. So I kind of chuckle when I see a lot of people that'll say, oh, my native name or whatever, it's lone wolf. It's like, yeah, that's not a good thing. So, but wolf coming through for you is wolf as a teacher. And I feel that it's more of a spiritual teacher for you. It's like doors are opening and they're trying to show you the light coming into it so that you can progress and move into these areas. It's spiritual, but it's spiritual opportunity. It's spiritual in the sense that it's new things that you haven't experienced before, but they're real. And I'm being told, please understand that they are real. And I feel like almost like this is what they just did to me. So if you were here, I'd do it to you, okay? But since I'm the messenger, someone just came up and did this. Doink, doink to my head, right? And this is what they're saying. They're showing you that experiences maybe that you're having or being taught from the other side. It's like they're flicking you. And it's like, see, you have to understand we're here. See, it's up to you to open. See, it's up to you to be able to react to things, but you're the one that's responsible for it, not the outside forces. And it's also about bringing joy in. And this is why Wolf is walking with you, to show you there's so many different paths that you have yet to experience, but you're the one that's walking them. So you have to be able to walk. And yeah, there's a lot of doors you can choose. And yeah, there's a lot of ways you could go. But it's like, if you do it, you're going to learn. But that's what you're bringing into your life, is more knowledge and more joy for it. And that's why the wolf is walking with you, to help teach you that the sky's the limit. There's all kinds of opportunities for you to learn, to be, to do, but you have to open up to it. And like I said, this is a more spiritual thing with you right now. And it's about belief systems and kind of how you were to how you kind of are now, but you need to open. And I always laugh because my friend, my dear friend Ruth Stilfen, she's in the Wolf and the Bear group, and she's been my friend forever. And she always says, I never have signs. I never see. But she has. She actually called me one night, and it was 2:30 in the morning, and it was a video call, and she saw what I was seeing. So you just have to be able to be open to it and not worry about it. And if stuff comes in, look at it for what it is and be open to those possibilities. And that's why Wolf is walking with you right now. Really super strong. So I hope that makes sense to you, Joyce, and I hope it resonates for you. Thanks for being on today. All right, here we go. Here we go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Healing is part of forgiving. Or better yet, forgiving is part of healing. Sometimes we don't need to put energy into negatives. We don't have to, just because we know people, or maybe they do something really crappy, right? And you don't have to sugarcoat it with them. If you need to walk away from it, walk away from it. Don't feel guilty about it. And it's really hard for some people sometimes to do that. All right. Oh, tell James I said hi. Okay. You're very welcome. Yep. Very welcome. Yeah, I can get you to I could create a new chair for him. Absolutely. I did a table while I was off. I don't know if y'all saw that. I painted an antique table up. All right, let me see what I can get for you, my angel. All right, let's see what I get for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So why am I hearing first? Well, Okay, so the first thing when I read this is I'm hearing prophet. Okay, prophet. 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 Okay, so I'm not sure what that is yet, but your card today is the praying mantis. Okay, now the praying mantis is all about today leadership and everybody working towards the same goal. I don't know if you know how mantises are. The females are much bigger than the male mantises, and basically they take care of, just like as ants do, they take care of the queen. And then she lays thousands of eggs. And when I say thousands, I mean thousands. When I was in my other house, we had like 10 acres, but the front of the house had 4 acres, and I had to mow it on a tractor. And one morning I went out, and there were thousands of baby mantises, and they're very tiny. And it was just amazing to watch. And obviously I waited till they were dispersed to wherever it is they went. I didn't cut the lawn because it was just such a miracle to watch this kind of birth and this kind of cycle. So what I'm seeing for you is kind of that, okay, kind of that same thing, like what you sow or what you put out there, other people, you're imprinting on people in a positive way that will kind of ripple out. Okay, so sometimes we don't even realize at times what we're doing or what we're saying or how we're behaving, how it impacts others. But you need to understand that it does impact others, and you are one of those instruments. So when they say the word prophet, it's not about ego. It's about being able to be there as an example for others. It's about imprinting, right? Positive imprinting on other people. But I see also, like, as I'm looking at this and they're showing me like all these, and it's showing me that story of when I had all those baby mantises out, they're all coming together, and it's kind of like a V. So they're starting out down here, and then they're spreading as they go, right? So this is about spiritual growth and how it imprints on others by example. Okay, so whatever it is that you're doing, continue to do, because it's a positive. Okay, and that's what they say. Oh, there's an orb. Where did it go? Oh, it disappeared. Okay, so there you go. That's your card, and I hope it resonates with you. Thanks for popping on. I appreciate it. I can try to get him a new chair. He's my son, but I dropped him off over there because he's Sean. All right, you're welcome. You're very welcome, Sharon. Very welcome. Ooh, oh, Susan, happy birthday. You didn't tell me that. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Yes, I can. Thank you, Tammy. I'm happy to be back. Yes, Chloe, I'll answer that in a couple seconds. Okay, let me do this read first, and then I'll get on to your question. That's a good question. It's one I actually addressed this week. Absolutely. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so you have a 2-carder because 1 flipped out. Okay, so you got the 2-card read today. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so the first card you get is the Ancestors card. Okay, so with Ancestor card, what it's representing is all the people in your family, your friends that have moved on or passed on, and they're in spirit lands right now. They are your ancestors, and they are assisting you with whatever's going on in your life at this time. Okay, and they're there. They'll hear you if you ask them to assist you. They're there, but they're surrounded around you, and this is really important for you to remember. The other card that was the 7th card is the skunk. Okay, now skunks are really cool. So, yeah, they've got a musky smell, but they're really not bad. They're there with purpose. Okay, everybody's like, "Ooh, run!" No, just leave them be, and they won't bother you. They won't do anything. But what I'm saying is, this is actually the skunk is like you. Okay, so you're the one that's being pushed against, right? You're the skunk standing there. And the warning is the skunks will take their front feet and they'll look at you if they cornered, or if they're in an area where they feel that they're kind of trapped or they can't get out or they're really scared about something. They take their front feet and they turn them in and they pound the ground, okay, which is the first warning. So if you continue, that's when they'll spin around to spray, okay? And what I'm seeing right now is whatever's going on, this is you. You're pushing and patting and warning, like, stop, please stop, don't do this. And then the ancestors are saying, you've got this and you're in the right, okay? So having the skunk as a totem or have a skunk come up to teach you lessons within your life is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. They're a very strong animal. They're very smart. And you cannot allow people walking over you or people not taking you into consideration with things that are happening. You need to make it known that you are included in this. So don't make decisions without me. Include me. And this is what I keep hearing. You need to be included, but they're not going about it in a really nice way. So that's why I see the pounding. But with the ancestor card, these are your people that are coming and saying, you need to do whatever it is, but what's best for you. Okay, so yeah, ancestors are there, and being a skunk ain't a bad thing. You need to make sure you, and I just heard hold, H-O-L-D, the line, L-I-N-E. So basically, hold the line. The ancestors are with you, but hold that line and show your boundaries. You know, a lot of times we don't realize we need to put up our boundaries for self. How far some people can come in. You know, sometimes they don't need to be in. Sometimes we need to push them to the outer side. This is what I'm getting for you. Okay? I hope, Tammy, I hope that relates and resonates with you. And thanks for coming on today. Okay, very, very welcome. Okay, so this is a really good question. And I actually had this happen to somebody this past week. Actually, two people. Okay, so a friend of mine's husband passed away almost 2 years ago now. It'll be 2 years in March. And he was like a brother to me. And he has 3 amazing daughters. And one of them just doesn't know, more of a scientific way of thought, and doesn't really know. They kind of had that thought pattern that, oh, when we die as human, we're just gone. Didn't kind of believe in it. So then I had another kid, which I'm saying kids, they're just way younger than me and they could be my kids. Okay. So I had another kid who was having issues, but had a dream. Okay. Had a dream about this other person's father. So it was brought up to me and I was like, oh, you had a dream? Really? Then I was talking to my friend and she was telling me the day after about something that her daughter had. And it was spot on message for my friend, for her child, who's an adult, and another person who needed to hear that message that knew the man that passed. Yes, they can come in our dreams. Loved ones, we often come in because when we're sleeping, we're wide open. Okay, so people come in, loved ones and people that have passed, to give us messages or just to say, hey, we're here and we love you. Very common, very typical, Chloe, when they pop into your dreams. When I want to talk with my grandparents, I set up a constraint, what I call it, like I give this picture right in my head. And I always meet them when I go into my sleep time. I meet them and talk with them and spend time with them in their kitchen. Okay. The house is gone, but it doesn't matter because the memories are still here and I'm still connected with them. So they'll come in and we'll talk and we'll laugh and they're fine and they're real and they're just not here in the physical. So yes, absolutely. You can communicate with them in your dream time. That's probably the easiest and best time to do it, actually, because we don't have those boundaries set up as we do when we're awake. Great question. Great question. Hi, Tony. How are you? Woohoo. Yeah, I can get you a card. Hang on 1 second here. I hope you're well. All righty. Let's see what I can get for you. All righty. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, this one's been around me a lot lately, and this one is the Raven. Okay, so ravens are very spiritual. Okay, when they show up, there's something that we're not paying attention to. And this is what I'm showing for you as well. And I will tell you that if you don't pay attention to whatever this is that you're supposed to be aware of or a sign that has been given to you, and I keep getting, oh yeah, she keeps asking and asking and asking, but when we're sending the answers or the messages, it's you either don't see them or you're not relating them back to you as what you've asked for. But ravens are communicators from here and there. They're in the in-between and they're messengers, okay? So if we start ignoring messages or we don't open ourselves up to receiving those messages, you will literally see more ravens, more crows around you. You'll see them when you're driving, you'll see them when you're walking, you'll see them out at your house. Me, I have ravens that come in and scream at me. So it's kind of crazy. You would think like, oh yeah, that's not real, but it is. So there's messages that are supposed to be that you've asked for, right? That are coming in, but you're kind of not allowing it to resonate with you because you kind of think, oh, no, that's this coincidence. Nothing's coincidence. I can tell you that. I can tell you things can get really weird, but they're not a coincidence. And the connections, just like my friend, her daughter was connected to what happened this past weekend. Everything had a place and a season. And once we connected all the dots, it was like, holy crap, really? Oh my God. And that was the answer we needed. So you need to pay a little more attention, whether they're coming to you in dream time or actual. It's about something that you've put out there. And the answer is there. You've been given the answer. You're just not recognizing it. So again, you can call on the ravens too, because like I said, they're the messengers of the in-between. And literally, they're very smart creatures and they're beautiful and they will harass you if you don't listen to them. Not even listen to them, listen to the answer to whatever it is that you were really pushing through. And if you need, they're saying like, if you're going through a really hard time or a difficult time, remember we can put that out, and that goes to our loved ones in the spirit family, in the spirit lands, and they will come and assist us. And this is part of what I'm being told to share with you as well. So if you have troubles that you need help with, talk to the family that's in spirit lands. And that's also where the ravens go back and forth from. So that's why they're called the messengers. Okay, so there you go. That's your card today, and I hope it resonates with you. Yeah, thanks for popping on. I appreciate it. Woo. Yeah, did you see those moss frogs that I put up? I think it was last week. They actually look like tree moss. They're crazy, 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 crazy. All right, guys. I'm like, thank you. Yeah, well, there you go, Presh. And it's okay. You take time. I know. I get it. 100% I get it. It's just one of those things. it's hard sometimes, you know, and that's why I needed a break. I just called Sean and Bex and said I'm taking a break. And I told them I'd be back in February, but I really needed to take care of some things for myself. I needed to get back to what I needed. And I think, Prush, that's what you need to do. You need to get back to what you need to do. And the cycles, to put yourself into them, you have to be responsible for them. So it's really great. All righty, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all being here. Hi, Ruth. New. There you go. Oh, you're a member now for 2 months. Congratulations. Absolutely congratulations. Hi, Jerry. How are you? I hope you're well. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Tony. Yeah, let me give you one, Jer, and then I'm going to call it a day. Because if I sit any longer, I won't be able to move. Unfortunately, my back is back to the way it was before the last 2 surgeries. So I have to be very, very careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And Jerry, I haven't even talked to you. Oh, look, you got that's, well, thought I was going to get away with it not happening, but here you go. You also got the Raven, even though I shuffled them all up. So for you, this is about things you're not connecting with. The Raven's coming in and saying like, yeah, he's doing this, he's doing that, but there's certain things that he should be doing that he's not doing, and you're not connecting where you need to connect. It's almost like our rituals that we would do, Jerry. Hawk, it's all about tradition, they're saying, and it's about not paying attention to some of the traditions. And it's almost like you have to go back to that old way. But hi, Karen, how are you? It's about you and your connections. Okay, so it's about you, not any of the family, not any of your friends, not anybody else. It's about you, and you need to take time to connect. I'm actually seeing you sitting like in a space. I don't want to say it's like a sweat, but it's almost like as ceremonial as a sweat would be. And it's about reconnecting with that, and that you need to kind of connect back to that, because I think what's happened with what they're showing me is that like bare thread, like between you and you know what I'm talking about. So it's like the thread is getting really thin and it looks like it's ready to break. You need to reinforce that. And it's with the old ways that you have to reinforce this. Yeah. So make sure that you sit with ritual by yourself and just kind of being out there, but doing what we do, what we need to do as a ritual, kind of for us and for healing and for balance. It's like you have to get back to that because it's like you've stepped away somewhat of it. So that's what's going on with you, Hawk, and that's your card today. It is the Raven, and I love you tons. All right, guys, I appreciate everyone that came in today, and I will be back tomorrow with, you know, Holly, you know, that girl, Holly, you know, we do spiritually paranormal, and we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about tomorrow. So until then, great to be here back, and I'm glad I'm back, and I love you all. Take care, and see you next week.
Yeah. Cool. What? Bye, bear, my bear.
Bye, Mama Bear.
See you later, bear, my bear, my bear.